Hello, Lisa. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. How are you, Tony?
Good, thank you.
Good.
Today I thought it would be a great idea. Well, actually, Lisa volunteered. So we know that the academy is closing on Sunday, and I was speaking to Lisa, and she really felt like it would be a great idea. So if she could tell her experience of and her time in the academy, what she did in 2016. And I know that sometimes you hear me talk about it, but it's also good to hear it from somebody that has actually done it, and she is going to tell you about her journey in the academy. So Lisa actually has a beauty salon, a Gorgeous Louise salon in Christchurch, and has had that for a long time. And if you don't know anything about Christchurch, Lisa has been through the works. They've had earthquakes after earthquakes and all sorts down there.
Yeah.
So she has had some really trying times. However, she has still here, and she is still going, and she is thriving, and she's got an amazing action orientated can-do attitude, which is awesome.
Oh, thanks.
Oh,
Shucks.
you're very welcome, Lisa. Um, so, Lisa, if we can go back to 2016 when you were thinking about joining the academy, what was going through your mind then?
I was like in a disorganized state of chaos with the business. I did a lot of, I didn't really think things through properly, like a lot of reactive marketing. I wasn't organized. Everything, I kind of just winged it a lot of the time, and I knew that like I had a little bit of structure, but there was nothing sort of solid. um, I was very overwhelmed and very frustrated with the business and how things were going. Yeah.
Can you sort of remember like what type of problems that your challenges? Like I don't like to talk about problems, but challenges that you were having at the time.
um it was a while ago. What was the challenges that I was having? I mean, I knew there were areas of the business that needed improving, but I didn't know there was no sort of solid, I want to say like evidence. There was nothing solid there for me to say, look, this is something that you need to work on. Or I always knew that I needed like a marketing plan, but I didn't know how to do one. I didn't know what to put in it. I didn't understand it. Um, Everything was like I just didn't know, but I knew that the way things for me, the way things were going was not healthy. It was not a healthy way to run my business. It wasn't a healthy way to live. It was consuming me pretty much.
So did you feel like the business was controlling you rather than you
For
controlling
sure.
it?
Yeah. I
Okay.
had no sense of control over anything, and I didn't know, and I kind of, I just, I
Yeah,
didn't
took
know.
each day.
Yeah, yeah.
What was meant to be was meant to be. Okay.
Absolutely.
So since being in the academy, now the academy was a 10-month program in 2016,
Hmm.
and thanks to Lisa's feedback and some of the other feedback that I have had is that I have condensed it down to a 5-month program now. Lisa, being a can-do type of person, felt that she wanted it would be more beneficial to have 2 modules a month instead of one a month so she can
Hmm.
take the action and implement.
Yeah.
So, since being in the academy, and what have you found has really worked for you? What did you find most beneficial?
Definitely the first module. So the first module was KPIs, which gave me a much better sense of of direction for the business in terms of my performance. Like I always knew there was industry standards, but I didn't really know what they were. And you helped me to identify those. And it gave me a bigger, no, it gave me a better picture of the areas that I needed to concentrate my efforts on. Like you say, challenges, like I don't like the word weakness either, but areas that were not my strongest points. And it just, even the, like definitely the marketing and the planning side of it, like I say, with the marketing plan, I just didn't know what to do or what to put in it or how to make it work or what made a good marketing plan. And I was really busy with clients and to be honest, like trying to sit down and Google, it was just too time consuming for me. And I just sort of went, oh, to put in the too hard basket.
Totally.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's obviously 10 modules in there from, policies and procedures and team orientated, like performance development reviews and role profiles and stuff like that. How have you, like, obviously you're wanting to grow your team and have grown your team in the time since you've taken on the academy, and with the policies and procedures. And I know you went on a big holiday and was able to go away for a long time in Italy and stuff like that, which is very exciting. How did you find having all those structures?
Really good. I just, I made sure that I really sat down with the policy and procedures and went over everything. And then while we were away, everything was there for my team. So obviously you do worry about things, but everything was there. It was documented. All the I's were dotted and T's were crossed. So it was, it wasn't as much of a concern. Had I not had those policies and procedures in place, I dare say I wouldn't have gone on my trip, and I would have felt a lot more, again, out of control of things, because there wasn't, I knew things needed to be documented and basically laid out, but I just didn't know where to start. And it got to, how sometimes you look at things and you think, oh God, that's a big job, I don't know what to do or how to do it, and then you kind of, again, you just put it off because you just don't know. But by having those policies and procedures there in place, it just, like I say, I spent a bit of time reading over them and really getting myself familiar with them, but no, it made life a heck of a lot easier, that's for sure.
So for those of you that don't know, in the academy you actually get hundreds of done-for-you policies and procedures templates, don't you? So you just need to tweak them.
Yeah. And I read them over and over again as well. I went back a couple of times. Yeah.
Perfect. So who do you think, who would you recommend the academy to?
Anyone that wants to take their business seriously, anyone that's feeling frustrated and overwhelmed. It can so easily spiral out of control and become a bigger problem than what it needs to be. I knew that the way things were not right, and it shouldn't be that way, and it shouldn't be hard. I mean, we start these businesses for multiple reasons, and I'm sure for a lot of people, lifestyle is one of them. But when you get not trapped, but stuck in that sort of, when you get stuck in working in the business and you've got all that sort of stuff that you need to do in order to progress the business to move forward, but you don't know where to begin, this is the best place to start. Like, it changed my life with having been in the academy. It gave me a much better structure of the business. It gave me more control over everything. I wasn't just winging it like I was before. Everything was with an end goal in mind, and everything was more organized. And I actually think now I've developed OCD because of it, because everything, I have to organize everything now. But I like to know where I'm at and how it's going. And had I not been shown how by the academy, I know that I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for that.
Perfect. That's great. Now, Lisa, people will be thinking about numbers, growth numbers. Now, if I can think back until, I think probably October last year, if I went back through the Facebook group, our closed group, I can think there's comments in there where you've gone, had my best days taking ever, had the best week ever. Like, it was just like week after week or day after day, there were things that were happening that was just skyrocketing for you.
It was. And I think, like I say, with the first module being the KPIs, it gave you a really good base outline as to what you needed to work towards, not just to make your business profitable, but to meet your expenses and all those things that if you don't have any sense of direction or know where you're going, you're never going to get there.
Totally. It's always having that direction. So would you like to tell anyone that is sitting on the fence about the academy? It shuts on Sunday, and I know people will be thinking, oh, is it worth the investment? Can I afford to pay out that much? Can I do, like you went through it all when you were going back through it.
Absolutely. And I certainly I didn't understand the importance of investing in myself as a business owner. And I didn't see, I don't know, I was foggy. I didn't understand the benefit of spending my money on something like this. Like, I just couldn't see it. Now, looking back, it was the best investment. I have more free time. I have a better finger on the pulse of how things are going in performance. And if I've got a day of retail, I can make that up elsewhere because everything's laid out. It's clear. The whole academy, it's easy. I don't want to say it's easy because, you have to implement things and everything, but you get everything just into your inbox. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to sit down in a class. It's all there, and Tony's there to take on your calls, help you with questions, anything that you have, and I don't know, it just changed my life, and I just think that that's something that if you're serious about your business and want that lifestyle and want to be able to be in control of everything, then just do it.
Awesome. I remember I created the academy out of what I was going through when I had my salon, so I totally hear what you're saying, and it's nice for everyone else to hear that as well.
Yeah.
When I know some of the I don't know if concerns is the right word, but sometimes people think that they're going to have to spend hours implementing a week.
No. I mean, obviously you need to sit down and read it and go through it, and then I always, like I said, I would always sit down, read it, and then go away and think about it, and then go back. But because a lot of it's already, it's all done, the things that you have to do and change within it they're very minimal. I think I was spending a good sort of maybe half hour to an hour every day. And even then, by the end of the month, I'd done everything. So it wasn't like a consistent hour a day for the month. I just got excited. And so when the modules would come in, I'd be like, woohoo, I'm going to have a look at this. And then I would have a look over it, and then I just wanted to start doing it straight away. So like I say, by the time, like the policy and procedure module, I think was the biggest one for me to go through because there's so much in it. But it's not a huge time constraint, but if you're serious about your business, you will find the time. Perfect. There's enough time.
True. That's very, very true. That's very true. Do you, like, when you become part of the academy, you actually get it for life? So you get to go back and refer to it. So it's in the membership site, and you get to. Do you find that beneficial?
It's amazing. While we were away, I did spend some time doing some work, which for me it was just leading up to the trip and things and Christmas, and I didn't have the time to sit down and do it. But I sat down and I went over things again, and I reread my policies, I reread my procedures. Like I say, I access, because we're looking at growing our team a bit more. We reread the coaching sessions, performance development. So I sort of had a better understanding of when I come to doing my reviews, what I need to do, the processes involved, but it's all there. It is all there. It's just, familiarizing yourself with it.
Awesome. So obviously we worked together throughout that 10 months. We had group coaching calls, and I'm doing more of that this year, and I've changed the structure around that as well. But, what would you say to everybody?
In what aspect?
As in, like, getting on the group coaching calls, being part of the group, supporting one another.
Don't be afraid to ask, because at first I sort of thought, I'd be a bit embarrassed about asking, because I thought, maybe it's just me that's having these problems. But in these sort of situations, it's great, because if someone hasn't been in, someone else that hasn't been in that situation, you'll help them as well to realize that, hold on. So if you've got a group conversation and you're put it out there in the group, someone that's been through that situation will help you. And by you posting your comment will help someone else that possibly is yet to go through that. So it doesn't just give you support, it gives everyone else in the group support, which, I don't know, it's so valuable, and it's so nice to know that you have a group of like-minded people that if they haven't experienced the same thing as you, they understand what you're going through and where you're coming from in aspects of running your salon.
Totally. I think that support and helping one another and lifting one another up is vital.
Yeah.
And I think, we're so lucky to be in this industry, and I just think supporting one another and lifting
Yeah.
each other up is really, really important.
It's how it
And
should be.
yeah, totally. And
Yeah.
I'm always in the group anyway, so I'm happy to answer questions. And Lisa, I'm sure, I'm putting you on the spot here, but if you posted a question in our group, I'm sure, and you want to know anything about the academy,
Yeah,
I'm
feel
sure
free to tag me, and I can give you a call, or we can have a chat, or I can answer the question. I'm happy to help, but because I've been through it, I get it. And I think, again, you just ask. There's no harm in it.
Perfect. Right. Thank you, Lisa. I
You're
know
welcome.
that you've got a busy day ahead of you, so I will let you go and do that.
Thank you.
But really appreciate you taking the time. And
You're
I'm
welcome.
sure all those that are
Anytime.
sitting on the fence
Yep.
will be as well.
Just do it. Just do it. If you're serious about your business and your life, just do it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anytime.